Hi, everybody, and thank you for coming back to Living to Do's review of Bel Air. It is episode 5 called PA to LA. Before I get started, I'd like to ask you to like, share, and comment on this video and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. And also, you can find me on Fanbase under the same name, Living to Do. So let's get started with this review. Will Smith, the character, he has his friend Trey from Philadelphia visiting. He has flown in, and Will has picked him up from the airport, and I believe this is the first time he's been out of Philadelphia. So of course he is impressed with everything he sees. He sees Will's home where he lives, and quite honestly, that estate is massive and it's impressive for people who live in California. That's not something you see every day. That's not how everybody lives, but it is a beautiful estate, and of course, Trey is impressed by it. We also see Uncle Phil talking to Hillary in her guest house. He's helping her pack her dishes because she's going to be moving into the influencer house. And it's just nice to see a nice father-daughter relationship. She's lucky to have, this character's lucky to have great parents. Later, we see Dwayne Martin, who's playing Steven, Uncle Phil's campaign manager. And of course, Dwayne Martin, and the real life person Dwayne Martin, is real close friends with the real Will Smith. They're real close friends. So he has a job. His friend has, once again helped him with an acting job, and good for him. They meet in Uncle Phil's office talking about the campaign. And this is where the boys also learn Will and his friend Trey are going to be VIP guests for the D-Smoke concert. They're going to get VIP tickets. Of course, they're very stoked, to be... first of all, I don't even know if these kids have gone to a concert. They're kind of young, but they're very excited about that. Hillary, or not Hillary, it's Aunt Viv, and Will's mother speak on the phone, and Aunt Viv is just raving how well Will is doing, and that he could be possibly getting great opportunities like summer internships. That sounds like a long stay. And Will's mom, is like, hold up, wait a minute. I want him home, basically. And she's still the mother of Will, and he's still a child, and he still needs his mother. And Aunt Viv is just, saying that he just has great opportunities here. You see there's some friction in this relationship. So I know that is going to unfold in the story, what their backstory is, because it's interesting. There's always a little riff, a little tension there. Maybe a little jealousy on Will Smith's mother's part. Interested to see more of that. Trey comes into Will's room. Of course, it's, it's better than the rooms back home, way bigger. And he's looking at Will's stuff. He picks up a book, Alchemist, and that's a book that Uncle Phil gave Will. And this book is mentioned twice in this show. So I want to know, what is the meaning of that? If anybody knows, put that down in the comments, because I'm interested to find that out. Carlton learns from Trey that Will is actually in California because of he got into some trouble back home, and Uncle Phil, his dad, broke the law to get him out of trouble. And this is news to Carlton. He confronts his father, Phil, about this. I think he is disappointed in his dad because he broke laws to get Will out. And Uncle Phil tries to explain to him that people all make mistakes. I guess Carlton is receiving that as his father is comparing his anxiety disorder as a mistake, and it's compared to what Will is going through. And his father tries to calm him down that he doesn't mean that. But he's asking for his son not to snitch on him, not to say anything, keep it a secret. And Carlton says that he will because his word is worth something. Trying to say that his father's word isn't worth much if he's going to lie and do things deceitfully. And that's not what he stands on. I guess he's more on honor. Will is also confronted by Carlton with the same issue. Will asks for him not to snitch, and in return for that, Carlton is asking Will, or telling Will, to stay away from Lisa, his ex-girlfriend that he seems interested in. And of course, Carlton is jealous because Lisa seems interested in Will as well. So Lisa does meet Trey very so briefly. She's over at Will's house, or Carlton's house, because he's helping her with the fundraiser for her mom that died of lupus. And I guess they're going to have a Mardi Gras theme for a fundraiser. And in planning this, they're getting along. She's very thankful that Carlton is helping her. She gives him a hug. Later, he tries to kiss her, and she pulls away. Awkward. Ugh, poor. I mean, I guess he thought, because of a hug that she wouldn't be opposed to a kiss, but she was. So the kids, Will and Trey, go to D Smoke's concert with Uncle Phil. Now, Carlton was supposed to go, but he declined it all because he's mostly disappointed in his father, I think. And maybe he doesn't want to be around Will and whatnot, but yeah, he just doesn't want anything to do with them. Anyway, they go to the concert. The kids are having a good time. They have VIP. They walk in the red carpet. They meet the entertainer in a meet and greet. Trey is just starstruck. One weird thing that happened, Uncle Phil is called away, and he is meeting somebody at the concert, which is held in the Staples Center in this case. But he's in the concert, out in the lobby, and he meets with Fred Wilkes and a congressman. They're disappointed in him for saying that he's going to run on the campaign of defund the police, and they're telling him not to, because if he does, there will be consequences. Uncle Phil says he stands on it, so we'll have to see what those consequences are. But it was just too odd that the congressman and Fred Wilkes, the chief of police, is meeting Uncle Phil in the lobby of a concert, a rapper's concert. It's just, that was a little weird. It stood out to me as just strange of a place to meet and chat about defund the police, or just to meet it for any reason. So Aunt Viv is returning to painting. She's painting again. She's going to an art gallery to meet with a guy named Reed Broderick, who's played by, surprisingly enough, Michael Ealy. I didn't know he was on the show. I'm glad it was a surprise to me to see him pop up in the scene. And he's, sultry, and you just think he's kind of coming on to Aunt Viv. And I know this is a whole new spin on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, this reboot, but I would hate to see Aunt Viv have an affair with anybody. She has such a loving relationship with Uncle Phil, but This sounds like the start of a possible infidelity on her part with the sexy Michael Ealy with his blue eyes, possibly hypnotizing her into doing something she shouldn't be doing. I just know that's probably going to happen. Though they look good together, I just don't think, I just hate to see that happen. Um, Next, we have Hillary and Ashley. They talk, and Ashley tells her sister that she has a crush on a girl, and Hillary receives the information well because it's a new day, a new age, and 12-year-old girls having crushes on other girls is not so eye-raising, I guess, now anymore. And they had a loving sister moment. Hillary told her she was happy that she trusted her with that information. And so we'll see, because before we saw Hillary, little Ashley, some liking a boy and a boy liking her. So now she has a crush. She says she doesn't know how she really feels. She does kind of like boys and she kind of likes girls. She doesn't know what's up. And Hillary tells her it's whatever you want. Whatever you want to do is fine. So I think she felt solace in her sister. And we'll see how, if and when her parents find out and how they will react. Trey is upset because Will is leaning on staying in LA, and I think he feels like Will is turning his back on him. And I just don't know why he doesn't want better. I guess maybe he's jealous of Will, but when you win the lottery, you move out. You don't move back to your old neighborhood most of the time. You want to experience something different in life because you have that opportunity. And I think they just think about being in the streets as their everything. And he's seeing life differently now. He wants more. Why turn all this away and struggle? In fact, they argue about it. They even get in a little fight about because of it. I just don't think he feels like, he's jealous, maybe feeling left behind. And he screams that he got shot for him. But he's the one who brought the gun, to the fight, or he brought the gun to the fight. This poor guy, this is what happens. You grow apart from your friends you've had, lifelong friends, but sometimes you can get in the way of your future. So Trey wants to leave early, and so he does, and he thinks, staying out in LA makes you soft. And Will tells him there's just more to the world than West Philly, and there's not more to the world, according to Trey. So he goes on back home, and both guys are sad. I guess maybe this is possibly the breakup of their lifelong friendship. And of course that hurts. And there's also the distance. So we'll see if he comes back in the picture or not. Hillary and Aunt Viv had a nice moment together. And they spoke, one-on-one. And Aunt Viv just told her that she was proud of her. And that's all that Hillary wanted from her mom. And I think if you haven't said that to your kids in a while, try saying that to your kids to see what the response will be. Will they be surprised that you said it? Is it something you don't say often? If you say something like that to encourage them, it'll help more than you even knew. I just think that we need to stop and tell our kids that we love them once in a while, or all the time, actually. Last scene, we see Will talking to his mom. They FaceTime, and he tells his mom he thinks he wants to stay in Bel Air in LA. And his mom, she really wants him to come home, but she always talked about his crown and that his crown was waiting for him as soon as he had the courage to wear it. And he says that to his mom, even though she's disappointed. That's what she taught him, and she's going to have to let him go, it looks like, and stay in Bel Air. It was a really good episode. I think it's a good episode to watch with your kids and talk about, the episode of this series. I think it's really good for the whole family. So that's the end of the review. Please like and share and comment on this video and subscribe to the channel. I thank you in advance. And also, again, you can find me on Fanbase, the new app that is out there. And I'll catch you next week for episode 6. So that's it for now. I got to go because I got living to do. Thank you.